Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's guitar class, joining you from Ari's bedroom today. And I have a lovely jigsaw puzzle of cereal box covers behind me that we did and glued together and put on the wall. At any rate, we have one last day to practice blues bass, so I'll start off by reviewing that tune once more. On the fifth string, I go A, B, A, C, A, B, again, A, B, A, C, A, B, A, D, D, E, D, F, D, E, D, A, B, A, C, A, B, A, E, E, F, E, D, D, E, D, A, B, C, A. I'm going to play the chords now. You could play them along with me, or you could even use this little recording tomorrow to be playing in the background while you record yours. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, here's A. And I switch to D7. Back to A. Then to E. D7. And A. Okay, there we have it. I'm going to do it one time on the faster side. You could try with me or just listen. Now I'm going to play the chords at that speed. You could play the chords with me or try to play blues bass at that speed. 1, 2, here is A. 1, 2, 3, switch to D7, back to A. Then I go E, D7, A. There we go. So this would be the time to pause and practice blues bass as much as you need to make sure it's ready to go for tomorrow. It does not have to be fast, but I would encourage you to try it once as fast as you can just to see what happens, not for a grade, but just to see if you can. But again, as I said, do it once slowly, and that'll be the one that actually counts. All right, onward we go. Quick review of our B7 chord. So here we are. We've got first finger on the 4th string, 1st fret, second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, third finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, pinky on the 1st string, 2nd fret. I play all 5. I play 5 strings. I'm going to start off just here, B7, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now alternate, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now let's change it up to down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Let's change it to down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're now going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. The only thing I'm missing is the up after 1. So I go down, miss, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, miss, down, up, or this thing. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Still got B7 here. Now let's switch it up so that we leave out the 3rd downbeat. So now instead of going down, down, up, down, up, down, up, I'm going to go down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, and try like this. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Alrighty, and now we would go B7 versus E major. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We switch to E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to B7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to E. Back to B7. Back to E. pausing for a moment, I'm inviting you to pause. Just going to remind you of a story I told on the very first day of the class, that when I finally sat down and said, I'm now going to learn how to play the guitar, it was because over and over again, sometimes for hours at a time, I just went... and I struggled and I switched, and I just went back and forth over and over again. And once again, you've got time to do it now. Not for reasons we like, but we have time, so you might as well take advantage of it and just really practice those chord changes as slowly as you need to, as often as you need to, and they will become automatic. So here we go. Hopefully you've now taken advantage of that and done some practice if needed, and we come back and I'll just take you through some chords. E major, 1, 2, E major, go. We're going to switch to B7. To E major, go. B7. Back to E. Now we're going to go to A major next. Now we're going to go to B7. Back to E major. Let's change it up and go to E minor. So take your first finger away. B7 is next. Back to E minor. To B7 again. Back to E minor. Now we're going to go to A minor this time. A minor. B7 is next. And let's end major, E major. Ramblin' round on page 86. I go E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B7. Back to E major, 1, 2, 3, 4. I stay there, or I could switch to E7 if I want. A major. Then B7. And E. B7. Remember a couple days ago when we first did this one, I said Ramblin' Round. It's based a little bit on the song Goodnight Irene, and I asked, can anyone think of other examples of songs that are based on other pre-existing ones where the composer knew what he was doing, knew he was borrowing it, got permission? Wondering if anybody thought of that. Maybe that'll be a question for today. And then tomorrow maybe I'll give you some of my own examples. All right, so here we go. Ramblin' Round. 1, 2, 3, we start with E. Rambling round your city, rambling round your town, I always meet a friend I know as I go rambling round, boys, as I go stay in the B7 realm and go to the song Yesterday, page 17 in the song packet. One moment, I'm going to tune up. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. See, now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, B7, I'm not half the man I used to be. I go to see, there's a shadow hanging over me. to my first day of class stories. I told you that I would practice over and over again and I would get frustrated that I couldn't switch chords fast enough and I might give up and wait another year before I really tried again. And the chord that made me do that the most was the F major chord, which we are finally going to stop living in denial about today. And here we go. So the F major chord, here's what makes this a little tricky, is that your first finger is playing two strings at a time. It is playing both the first string and second string, pressing down on both of them on the first fret. Now, what I'll show you here is I am pressing with my thumb on the back of the neck of the guitar to try to really get these first two strings to sound good. So if I take my first finger and I'm leaning on strings 1 and 2 first fret, and meanwhile with my left hand thumb, I'm pushing on the back of the neck, I got these two notes here. And it's gonna take practice. The first time you play it, it might sound like this. So I want you to repeat after me. It doesn't matter if it sounds bad. It really doesn't matter if it sounds bad the first several times you try it. In fact, if for the next month it sounds awful, it's okay. As long as your fingers are in the right place, it will get easier. Doesn't matter what it sounds like. I really mean that. Okay, so your first finger is pressing on these first two strings. Now, to try to make it sound good, I do recommend first trying to make those two strings sound good and doing nothing else. Then finally, you will get your other two other fingers involved. Your second finger is going to go on the third string, second fret, and your third finger is going to go on the fourth string, third fret. Now, what may happen is, okay, I put those other two fingers in place. Great. Oh no, what happened? My first finger moved when I put those other two there. Very common problem that happens. So again, it doesn't matter if it sounds bad. It's great if it sounds good, but it may not sound good the first time. So there we go. And sometimes your hand may tense up and you need to sort of shake out your left hand to relax that. So again, the way I recommend, start with your first finger, apply some pressure from your thumb, get that sounding decent, and then it'll take like getting new muscles used to stretching in ways they're not used to stretching in order to keep your first finger where it is while moving the others. Don't be afraid to move them physically with your right hand into place if you have to. So for today, all we're going to do with the F major chord is just play it a little bit. It may sound awful, that's okay. And I lied because I'm already going to change that plan. We're going to try a little bit of a switch from F major to C major, which means third finger moves up, second finger moves up, first finger now only has to play one string. And then to get from C major to F major, third finger moves down, second finger moves down, first finger leans down and hits the first string. C, I'm just going to do this one at a time. Third finger moves up, second finger moves up, first finger lifts up to only play one string. And then to get to the F, top two fingers move down one, first finger leans down. All right? So take some time on your own, practice the F chord. It's going to take practice. That's all I'm going to do on that for today. Tomorrow, after you've played blues bass, I'll actually go through a few songs with the F chord, but for today, it's been introduced. All right, we wrap things up with a little bit of finger picking and a couple songs, and that is that. So starting off with a G major chord, and I go 6, 3, 2, 1, 6, 3, 2, 1. Switch to E minor, right hand stays the same. Back to G, right hand is staying the same for a while. E minor. Right hand staying the same. G. Now we'll go to a C chord next, so your right hand thumb will be plucking number 5. Here is C, and 5, 3, 2, 1. Back to G, and and we go 6, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll switch to C again, and we go 5, 3, 2, 1. We'll go to a D next, 4th string bass note. 4, 3, 2, 1. Why don't we go to A7 from here? So 5th string bass note, 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. Back to D. Remember, A7 is just 2nd and 4th string, 2nd fret. So A7. And back to D, 4th string bass. Let's go to E minor now, 6th string. Gonna add 1st finger next to make it E major. And now everything will slide down to A minor. Ready, bass notes 5, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll stop there with that, and now a little bit of the other finger picking pattern that we've been doing. So we'll start on A minor. I go 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Gonna switch my left hand to C, keep my right hand the same. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna go back to A minor. Go. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go to a G chord. Ready and switch. 6, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Going to go back to A minor, 5th string bass note. And 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Going to go to a D chord next. The 4th string is the bass note. Ready and switch. 4. Now I'm going to get ready to go to a G. The 6th string is the bass note, and G. I'm going to wrap it up on A minor next, and A minor. I'm going to go one time through Scarborough Fair. The finger picking is an option, or you could just do the strumming. If you're strumming, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it would go. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. Back to A minor. She once was a true love of mine. I'm going to do it with finger picking now. 1, 2, 3, ready, and are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. All right, we'll end with a couple blasts from the past here. Let's do Take It Easy back on page 11. She's a friend of mine. Take it easy, say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. All right, and we wrap it up with You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. We're going to do it first in the key of D, and then we're going to try it in the key of E using the B7 chord. So I start off, my chords are D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, back to D, 2, then A, G, D, D, but I'll go slower. 1, 2, 3, I start. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Here comes A7. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. When they said you was high class, that was just a lie. When they said you was high class, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. So now to play it in the key of E major, everything just goes up one letter. So D becomes E, G becomes A, and A7 becomes B7. 2, 3, 4. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Here comes D major. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Get ready for B7. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. When they said you was high class, that was just a lie. When they said you was high class, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Alrighty, that will do it for the day. Have an enjoyable Wednesday. I look forward to hearing your blues bass renditions on Thursday. Thanks. Have a good day.